Hello, and welcome back to the theme component of the Ergo Proxy Retrospective. With this next installment of the theme retrospective comes another profound message from Ergo Proxy, and that message is the need to choose between a hard truth and an easy lie, and why one should always choose the hard truth. What I mean by this is that the idea of being honest with oneself and always striving to uncover the true nature of things benefits one more in the long run than simply trying to coast by or assume everything is alright when it is not. This is in opposition, of course, to denying, rationalizing, or playing down the current state of affairs in order to maintain some facade that all is well, and avoiding hard work and self-reflection. As Ergo Proxy and the highlighted examples will show, while this option is easy at first, it never yields long-term results, and is ultimately unsustainable. The three examples which I will provide to highlight this idea are the examples of the commune, the evolution of Vincent's self-view, and the nature of Riel's quest. Now, while there are of course more examples throughout the series, these are the examples which stood out to me the most. Let's begin with the tale of the commune, and its leader Hooty. Now, Hooty is the leader of the commune, and a very interesting character, as he is simultaneously very wise and smart, and yet constantly lies to the commune and misleads the people around him. While he realistically knows that the commune has no realistic chance of readmission in the Romdau, and he doesn't really question whether or not that would even be a good thing if it was possible, he leads the people of the commune into a sort of fake enthusiasm once Vincent arrives. Hooty knows that Romdau doesn't really care for the commune, and with Vincent's arrival, will either continue to ignore it or destroy it. He instead convinces the people that Vincent is a guerrilla leader, and will lead a desperate Romdau into surrendering to the commune's demands. While this is very obviously a bold-faced lie, the people buy into it, and Hooty continues to encourage this. He does this out of a sense of pity, thinking that the people of the commune are either doomed or fated to doom themselves anyways, so he might as well lull them into a sleep of sorts before they die. In his eyes, lying to those mostly helpless people is the ideal option, as at least they won't completely dread their life until its conclusion. He uses lies as a sort of painkiller. However, like any painkiller, it is obvious that these two are addictive, and destructive when overused. While Hooty intends to help the people of the commune by assuming the role of a wise leader, he instead facilitates their complacency, and ultimately the destruction of his own people, who for the most part are shown to either be delusional or stupid at this point. As for the consequences of this, they are not well either, as the only survivors of the commune are ultimately those that go with Quinn, actively denying the all is well narrative. And Hooty himself takes Riel back to Romdau in a sort of redemptive sacrifice so Vincent can escape. In the end, his lies help no one, and in turn wasted up enough time to get everyone killed. Next is the case of Vincent Law, who evolves past his self-deception into an open acceptance of the facts on the ground. At the start of the series, Vincent represses every aspect of himself, and turns into a timid coward, all so that he could fit into Romdau and become a model citizen. This sees him strip himself of a good deal of his own agency, self-esteem, and identity. This act of repression is of course against the backdrop of him wiping out his complete memory in order to escape a bad past. While he is clearly traumatized, and I won't hold that against him, I just wanted to point this out, as at the start Vincent has made every conscious effort to mentally run from what haunts him. This denial peaks as he jumps out of the airlock, trying to deny even life itself. As the series progresses though, Vincent slowly dials back his denial, first accepting that he is alive, then that he must look for his past, then that he is a proxy, then that he must return to Romdau, and finally that he is who he is and must embrace it and continue living. He ends up finally accepting himself, and this spurs every bit of his character development, accumulating in him embracing his own life and refusing the chance to run offered by Monad Proxy. Vincent shows that hard work and looking for the truth pay off as he evolves into a much better version of himself. And this finally brings us to the evolution of Riel. Riel never runs from the truth, and instead always runs to it. While I don't want to repeat the previous points of how this inspired her journey, which saw her grow into the best version of herself, I do want to mention how dynamic it makes her. While Vincent takes time to grow into himself and embrace his agency, Riel, seeking the truth, does so from the very start. She's among the most dynamic of the cast, and her dynamicism basically sparks the entire series. It is of course also rewarded, as she learns the truth of Romdau right before escaping to live her new life with the people she has grown close to along the way. Now I bring up Riel in this case because she was the only character that chose truth from the start. She chose the hard path from the start. And although this was a harder path, it was for the most part clearer, as she had a defined objective throughout most of it. That defined objective, of course, was find Vincent, help him get the mosque, and then learn what you can figure out from there. This just goes to show that although finding the truth and looking for it may not be the easiest path, it's generally one which will kind of structure itself. Now these three cases show that the dangers of taking the easy lie are numerous, and that the power of seeking the truth as commented by Ergo Proxy is quite strong and productive. Woody and the Commune show how completely taking the easy way out ultimately destroys one's own life. Vincent shows that choosing the hard truth isn't always easy, but it is rewarding. And Riel shows that openly embracing the hunt for the truth can truly empower oneself.